Hello, it is the 8th of October today, 2023. Whenever you connect to this is perfect for you. So last night I woke very early hours, but I woke to a very specific thought. And back when I first was coming out of, or I was seeking a different path because I'd been so ill for so long, like I'd literally been experiencing fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue for a lifetime. Like I didn't know any different. And I always thought there must have been such a huge push from Teams in Spirit to get me out of that space and into where I am now. And what I was shown is that it's not just our Teams in Spirit, but when we understand the influences that are coming from those concurrent running lifetimes, those parallel lives. So we're all connected in a consciousness of some sort. So essentially what is awakening in one area is then coming into this life here. Okay, our parts of consciousness all connected and flowing ever concurrent with each other. Okay, so if your concurrent lifetimes are stuck in patterns, then it's possible that you're stuck in this pattern also. Okay, so as I looked at this and trying to conceptualize how to bring that forth, I've pulled the cards today to just look at your present moment and what is coming through from that, or a concurrent lifetime, a parallel lifetime, okay, what you're receiving through some sort of consciousness or energy form. And in that, how can you better step forth to create the changes needed and allow yourself to be in the place you want to be, rather than being stuck in the patterns or triggers or whatever else that may be experienced at the moment. All right. So first up came the Roadrunner with the stag. Now this feels very positive energy and flow. This is really quite brilliant, actually. It is showing that thoughts are actuating. So the energy you're receiving from that parallel self, from that other consciousness that is still you, but living in a different reality, is very positive. It's very proactive. It's very inspired and action taking. The whole thing feels very protected and shielded within that vibration that you're sitting. There's a sense of higher perspective, I guess. So it's quite possible you're already on a psychic path or a healing path, an intuitive, that you're receiving that influence and understanding and connection to everything else that's going on. You just look above. You don't get caught up in the ego mind, in the emotion of everybody else. You're able to step back, see, and still create the future and the reality you want, because you have that higher perspective. Okay, the Roadrunner is very much about being able to assertively put the information together so that you are existing in positive, fluent movement, ongoing, making the choices, making the thought into reality and manifesting that back to you. Both of these cards are very much associated to your purpose and passion, to healing into new futures. Okay, so this is a really great card and a really great energy to know that you're receiving at this time from that concurrent self as well. Okay, so yeah, brilliant. That's perfect. You're right on track there. And there's really, in saying that, you just need to keep doing what you're doing, that awareness of shielding, of protection, of, maintaining positive balance day by day to bring that fluency and maintain these positive thoughts, ideas, and shielded energy of not just you here and now, but as you send that thought out and you cast that into all you are in all realities, essentially. Okay. Now, the next one that came up was the camel and the horse. So the camel actually came in challenge position, which is affected and influenced. But I also very much get a sense of children or if it's not children, it could be, if it's not children around you, it may be children that you're trying to bring into the world, as in get pregnant, or it may be the inner child. So this could be coming through in one of many contexts. I also get a sense it could be to do with, if it's not children or the inner child, then, potentially it's how you relate to your soul family and those relationships around you that are, very family orientated and stuff like that. This feels like the energy is difficult and needs to be challenged. It's about choices, and the choices creating the freedom into the next step. So the camel holds the keys to realities that haven't yet awoken. It's like when you talk about the DNA in a physical form, and they talk about the junk DNA, and they're what I see as the light codes that need to be activated to allow those information streams to start actuating through the mind, body, and soul. Okay, so when we're looking at it in a parallel context of what your other self is experiencing, and they're experiencing these difficulties in that area, if you're also feeling blocked in this area, then you would need to be sending this sense of love and well-being. I very much see the solar plexus and sacral energy around this, and you would be breathing in that light and love, and you'd be sending that to your parallel self where and as it needs to receive, making the decision that it's okay to feel that love, to let go of what has been difficult, and to create choices that are positive and proactive. Your consciousness is linked across all time frames. So your thought creates the action even over there, as their thought of who you are in that life creates the action back here. I hope I'm making sense here. We're talking about these concurrent realities all coming into play in one space that is in a positive flow. So if you imagine at the moment, it would seem, if this is you right here and this is them over here, and there is this stream of energy, and it's likely erratic, okay? It's likely not very smooth. So you want to smooth this out and bring in that frequency of love, of that, of, healing energy through those pathways of children, inner child, soul family, these relationships that are around you, making the choices to move out of what has been difficult. And there is a lot of fire here, so it could be that sense of purpose that it's related to what you're doing at this time, or it could be a sense of purification, so you can truly move into that, higher perspective, and the horse through the choices creating that sense of freedom and potential, this healing that opens to something more. So you can see the camel is also associated to earth and healing, fire, purification, sense of purpose, and well-being. Both of these cards are guiding you to just bring in more light and bring that expansively through all time frames as you receive it for yourself, and you make that decision to send that through your relationships. You also send it to your other self, that consciousness, into those relationships and those experiences that they have at this time. Okay, so another way to do it is to help with this greater clarity and these choices needing to be made to find that mental and emotional freedom, is to come in through the heart and channel that up through higher self. So when you get into the higher self and you're in the higher shared consciousness, you imagine like this beautiful, like fireworks, and you send that out, all these sparks of beautiful love and light that have been activated through your heart, to be received by that consciousness and to be received by those around you that need to receive it, those children, the inner child, the soul family, however that feels like it relates to you. Okay, so it's just a really beautiful reminder that when you work within the correct choices and mindsets, that you will awaken that something more, and it brings that greater clarity. It isn't just soul healing, it heals the physical body. It heals the physical body also, so that you can step into greater potential to flow. Okay. It's literally, as you move through those consciousness streams, healing, then this body that you're in now receives that information, that exhaustion, that which has been previously affected, is exhausted, is just blocked, awakens. Those transcription processes move, shift, the glands, the organs, the tissues, the brain waves, everything updates in this body as well. Okay, so everything's related: mind, body, soul, everything flows. I hope that makes sense. Now, the last one that came up was the platypus with the lemur. This feels very throat related, very communication related, that whatever has been going on over there, it feels very connected into hopes, dreams, concepts of who you feel you are in relation to what you want to bring forth. So whatever is being experienced in this other consciousness that is parallel to you is experiencing, and you're experiencing through them the triggers, the emotional or patterned energy that is blocking the freedom of self to communicate openly into where you want to be. So when we talk about communication, that is, when I see the throat chakra, it comes through for different people in different ways. Okay, it can be the communication in the body and the way the body and the organs and everything fluctuates and communicates. It could be your verbal communication with others. Perhaps it is your psychic communication with teams in spirit, gaining higher perspectives, so you're not so caught up in the ego mind and emotional turmoil of situations that are in this physical realm. It can be quite muddy, can't it? It can be quite heavy. So if this other consciousness we're being shown is suffering with this emotional triggering and patterning, it needs to go through this healing, letting go of those things to be able to embrace and be able to think, feel, exist in a clearer state. So working with this throat chakra, then you are literally updating the physical, the metaphysical, the energetic. You are able to cast this with intention to your other self. Okay, so you're literally like bringing in this energy of just pure love and openness and readiness to let go. You invite your beautiful teams in spirit in to help you at this time. And as you cast that through and activate through your heart, you bring it in through the throat. And then you could just imagine that exploding out into that concurrent consciousness to heal with a message of it's okay. It's fine. You can let go of that now. We don't need to hang on to that wound anymore. We are ready to move forward. Okay. And this is opening the communications into greater clarity. So this is air and this is earth. We're healing into greater clarity. Okay. Healing into greater emotional clarity. So this is your emotions, water. So very much about if you're experiencing an inability to really put yourself forward to receive what you want in this life, then I expect that there is energy coming in this form from that concurrent lifetime. So when you then cast out to allow that healing, as I said, through the heart, activate and then expand out to bring this healing and this communication of letting go of what no longer serves. Letting go of the patterns, recognizing and realizing that you don't have to own these, that it's okay to move through, let go and flow, okay? Just to be in the rhythm and flow of life. So you're no longer just feeling like, see, the lemur, when it's not communicating confidently, it's about being shy and inhibited. So if you imagine these triggers and patterning is holding you back from taking the steps that you need to take, then that's what we're working to overcome. That's what you're being shown this other consciousness, this parallel consciousness is experiencing, and you're receiving that energy. So even though you may be doing the work, you need to be setting the intention for that also to be received by that other consciousness that is part of you, okay, to come back into that oneness and that vibration of communication, flow, and well-being. So that was fun. I hope that all makes sense, and I love to hear your comments, so pop them down below. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I do love to have you follow, share it with others, you know, bring others in. Let's feel the love, build the community. Thank you, thank you. Much love to you all, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.